What is up, guys? Alex here from UntitledClass.com, coming to you with a unboxing of the GPD Win. This is one of my dream machines for a long time now. This is a portable machine about the size of my hand, about the size of a phone, a bit of a bigger phone, admittedly. And it is a full Windows 10 computer. As you can see, it's got my boot up screen. It's going to log into my account in just a bit. And look at this. This is about the size of a Nintendo DS. I can run my Windows PC applications with this guy, which is really good. This is the GPD Win. And look at this. It's got a gamepad. What? But we're gonna talk about this in just a little bit. This is not strictly an unboxing because I've been using this for like 3 days now. But we'll look at the package and we'll look at what it can do. And yeah, holy crap, that's hard to remove. This is where the actual console or the GPD device is. There's a Windows key that I covered up for you guys. And here are some accessories. Here we have a screen protector for the 5.5-inch 720p display. This is a unique charger that it gives us 5 volts, 2.5 amps, a little bit higher than your typical fast chargers. A lot of people have commented on this when they unbox their GPD Win, and it looks like a knockoff Apple EarPod. USB Type-C over here, and then a regular Type-A over there. There we go. A big beautiful flyer thing that explains the parts in Chinese and in English over there, and a bunch of other stuff in here. And yeah, there you go. That's the box. Alright, so before we take a look at the actual unit, which we have right here, let's take a look at some of the specs. We have an Intel Atom X7, not the same, this is not the right spec. It's using a Z8700. Keep in mind the 8750 was the prototype version. They scrapped that and went with an 8700. And here are some of the specs of the processor and whatnot. It's a 14 nanometer chip. And it's Cherry Trail Intel Atom. Now, Cherry Trail is an interesting new version of Atom with a 2 times power when it comes to graphics performance. So it's kind of promising for gaming. And as you can see, we have 4 gigs of RAM, which is great because not a lot of Atom devices have 4 gigs of RAM, and has a 64 gig eMMC. Other than that, we have a 720p 5.5-inch display, which I'll talk about in just a bit. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not talking about how you can get it here in the Philippines or how much did I buy it for. Because it's pretty much not available in the Philippines anymore. I pretty much bought the last stock from Lazada for 21,000 something pesos. Yes, it's quite expensive, to be honest. But you can't get it in the Philippines anymore unless you know another importer person. But if you're not in the Philippines and you can buy from Indiegogo and stuff like that, you can get it online from GearBest and other places like that. So you should check it out. It's about $330 going up to about $400. Alright, it's time for the fun part of this unboxing, is to show you the actual product because I'm really happy about this product. As you can see up in top here on the clamshell part, this is the clamshell design, is the 5.5-inch HD display. That's 1280 by 720. There you go, we get the login screen. I've already logged in, and here we go. Here's my wallpaper, here's my touchscreen. It's a 720p IPS touchscreen, which would have pretty good viewing angles. And yeah, that's about it. It comes in this sort of flip clam, and it's pretty thin, the actual display here. On the bottom of the half of the clamshell here, we have all of the important bits. We have dual analog sticks for gaming. Unfortunately, you cannot click these, but these are pretty good dual analog sticks. Here we have a D-pad, not the best, but it does the job. ABXY buttons. On the bottom here, we have what is important is the QWERTY buttons, because you can use that to type stuff on the Windows PC part. Here we have some function buttons: the power, the Xbox button, the volume up and volume down. As you can see, I can change the volume. L3, R3, because you can't click the sticks, they move it over here. And we even have select start and print screen and scroll lock buttons, which even my Surface Pro does not have. Crazy. You can see that there's a switch over here. That's actually a switch that helps you control the gamepad. As you can see, now on the middle part of the switch, I can make it into a mouse and control stuff. So now I can double click on my folders and stuff like that if I would just want to do some Windows things. If I want to go to the Xbox gamepad mode, it's on the right side, and if I want to go DirectX mode, DirectX gamepad mode, I switch it onto the left. Very few games use the DirectX gamepad mode anymore, so it's basically stuck to the Xbox command button or the Xbox gamepad setting for me personally. Anyway, there's a GPD logo over there as well. Here's a quick test of the keyboard for you guys, just in case you're curious. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. That's not bad. It's not the fastest, but you know, I'm just using 2 thumbs instead of, you know, all my fingers for a keyboard. But it's not bad. It's pretty good. Anyway, let's get to the other parts. Alright, so as you can see on the side, we got, I believe this is a speaker grill, this is a microphone grill, and some vents as well. And here are more vents and another little area here for the actual device to breathe. That's because this has a fan. Yes, Intel Atom Cherry Trail now is better off with fans, especially if you push it with games. And with this version of the GPD Win, as you can see, there is a fan speed selector. Now it's off, and then you can turn it on, go into the middle, that's the medium setting, and then you can go up to high. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a whine, but it's not that bad. There you go. On the back, as you can see, this is where all the fun bits are. As you can see, we have buttons for R1, R2, L1, L2, and they click really, really well. These are Omron switches according to the GPD Win or Gamepad Digital. Now, as you can see, we have a 3.5mm headset jack, a USB 3.0 Type A connector for mouse, keyboards, USB drive. We have a expansion slot for micro SD, so you can expand the 64 gigs of storage. Beyond that, you can, like I said, put in your USB sticks over here to expand storage as well. We have a mini HDMI that goes up to 4K resolution for some crazy reason, according to the manual. And we have the USB Type-C, mainly for charging, because you can go up to 2.5 amps. Alright, so let's talk about the functionality of GPD Win for a second. This is your typical Windows device. You can touchscreen the stuff in here, and apparently my JPEG is not titled. Here's the benchmark if you're into that. As you can see, for Cinebench R15, we got 14.2 FPS on OpenGL. That's pretty low, but it's okay. CPU 124 CB, which is not bad at all for an Intel Atom processor. Other than that, it's a bona fide Windows PC, so everything you can do on a Windows PC, assuming it doesn't require too much, you know, graphical performance or processor performance, you can do with this. You can browse with this, you can watch YouTube, you can install Steam and all that. I don't have to explain because, you know exactly what a Windows device does, right? You can install Chrome on it, you can install whatever you want. This is Burnout Paradise. Whew, that's pretty good frame rate. Actually, this is way better than I got before. Oh, there we go. We're getting some lower frame rates now. And as you can see, I can use the there we're getting some dips on frame rate. Now it's getting lower than 20. But this is a good idea of how much graphical performance the GPD or the Intel Atom the Cherry Trail X8700 can do. You know, it can run these kinds of games. This is borderline Xbox 360 title, and it can run it at a decent frame rate, not the best, and it's fluctuating quite a bit. And that's a quick view of Burnout Paradise, lowest settings on the GPD Win. Alright guys, we're playing a game called Medal of Honor Pacific Assault. This is a 2004 game. Now, why am I playing Medal of Honor Pacific Assault? It's just because I have it on my on my Origin account. So I installed it. It's a 2004 game, just perfect for this kind of GPD Win device, an old Intel Atom. An old game that runs on Intel Atom. Now, keep in mind this does not support gamepad natively. but I did reprogram it by using a Joy to key. So this is now emulating a mouse control and WASD. Now this is locked at 30 FPS. The game is locked at 30 FPS. So it's kind of a perfect game to run on these kinds of newer Intel Atom devices. Just play some old, games and stuff to appreciate some of these older titles that you haven't played before. Kind of have a good time with these old games and the handheld device that is the GPD Win. Alright, now something fun you can really do with a Windows PC and logged into your Wi-Fi network is to connect to your Steam account on another computer and stream the game off your Wi-Fi. And where is Rise of the Tomb Raider? There we go. So this is going to be running. I wouldn't install Rise of the Tomb Raider on this guy, but my desktop PC back there does have Rise of the Tomb Raider. So we can stream it from back there towards this guy with Steam at Home streaming. And the gamepad will work. I'll show you in just a couple of seconds. I'll increase the volume just so you can see. We're streaming this on the desktop, from the desktop. As you can see, there's a little bit of a hint of a lag, but with these kinds of games like Lara Croft or at least Rise of the Tomb Raider, you won't notice it that much. And we'll get to the little ledge here, so you can see my gamepad works perfectly fine. It's basically an Xbox input through Wi-Fi going back to the desktop, and this looks pretty good. As I've said before, Steam at Home streaming works real well on the GPD Win, which is probably a great way to experience some of your games while you're maybe in the couch or something like that. And you have full access to a gamepad built in, which is really, really good. Alright guys, so I think that's about it for unboxing, an unboxing of the Gamepad Win, GPD Win, handheld mobile Windows 10 Intel Cherry Trail PC with a gamepad built in, with QWERTY keyboard built in. This is, I guess, one of the first of what is to be a ultra mobile PC device that was promised to us before, like Windows Phone was, except it wasn't running full Windows. Now we have this guy, and I'm surprised Microsoft didn't give us this exact form factor. Personally, I would have wanted this just for productivity's sake, but thankfully there's a gamepad so I can play games as well. But yeah, it's just an ultra-mobile productivity device with some gaming capabilities, and Intel Cherry Trail processor is just much more powerful now and can run some decent games like Burnout Paradise. And even people are running Skyrim on this guy. I wouldn't recommend, I probably wouldn't do that because, I would rather play some older games at full resolution at 720p. But you can play Skyrim on this guy if you want. Then again, this only has 64 gigs of memory or storage. Primarily why I bought this is because I spend a lot of time sitting in an Uber pool for like an hour, hour and a half, and sometimes I just want to blog and post something while I was not able to run to for example, use my laptop right here. I can pull this out of my pocket, and I can easily, this is so small that you can put it in your pocket. That's for one thing. And I can pull it out, access my Facebook, and just do something that I need to do and whatnot. Like I said, it's 20,000 pesos. I bought this from Lazada. It's not available from Lazada anymore, but if you're not in the Philippines, you can probably buy it from GearBest or what other Chinese sellers you can find, and they'll import it for you wherever you are. But in the Philippines, there's not a lot of things you can do. Probably find an importer if you want to. And I don't necessarily recommend it. If you want just a gaming device, you can probably go with like an FC Pocket for like less than 1,000 pesos. You can play your NES games on that. It does tend to feel a little slippery on the back here, especially with your back fingers over here. Also, I would have wanted a lanyard hole so I can strap it onto my hand. Because this is an expensive piece of technology and I don't want it dropping anytime soon. I would drop a 3DS or a PS Vita no problem, because those are designed to be idiot proof, but this seems like a little bit more fragile to me. That's it for me, Alex from technoclass.com. That's been a really long unboxing of the GPD win. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.